Main suspect in New Zealand, sh00tings that killed 50 charged with murder, believed to be lone gunman. Video by Reuters. Christchurch, New Zealand. From pop-up relief tents dispensing tea and cookies to overwhelmed morgues, this placid city of parks and gardens struggled over the weekend to cope with the aftermath of a massacre as police announced the discovery of another victim, raising the death count to 50, and the suspected shooter made his first appearance in court. About neo-Nazi Brenton Harrison Tarrant, a 28-year-old Australian, flashed what appeared to be a white power hand signal, a possible dark joke to online extremists, as he was escorted into the courtroom Saturday. He entered no plea. 36 victims remained hospitalized over the weekend, 2 in intensive care. It was the city's worst. The earthquakes were natural disasters. This is man-made. On a mild, late summer weekend that normally would have been abuzz with activity in this outdoors-loving country, a quiet pall had settled on the city. Many shops pedestrians paused in disbelief and shock, wrote on a giant plastic condolence sheet and laid flowers. No one spoke up. Many expressed disbelief, sympathy for the victims and baffled fury at Tarrant, a 28-year-old Australian who had lived on and off in New Zealand in recent years. Police named Tarrant. 2 others have been arrested in connection with the shootings. A second man, 18-year-old Daniel John Burrow, is expected to appear in court Monday and face charges of inciting racial hostility or ill will. Police said Sunday. Photos from Tarrant's hearing, which was closed to the public by Judge Paul Keller in the interest of safety. An unusual move for New Zealand courts. Showed Tarrant standing at the dock in white prison garb. He stayed silent. The shocking assault reverberated through the country over the weekend. After a pledge by Ardern also promised an examination of why Tarrant had escaped official notice before launching a well-planned assault that plunged New Zealand into one of its darkest days. Security official. Slideshow by Photo Services. The New Zealand Herald reported Saturday that minutes before the attack began, Tarrant sent a copy of a lengthy manifesto explaining his actions to Ardern's office and many media outlets. Tarrant obtained a license in November 2017 for the guns that police say were used in the shooting. He began purchase. Harried coroners and pathologists raced to determine an official cause of death for the unprecedented number of criminal casualties, even as families pleaded to begin their Islamic death rites. We are so aware of the culture and religious needs, so we are doing that as quickly and as sensitively as possible, said Christchurch Police Commissioner Mike Bush on Sunday. Unfortunately, we have been through traumatic things before, Bush said. Outside the Christchurch courtroom Saturday, Omar and Yamin Nabi spoke about their lost 71-year-old father Haji Daud Nabi, a refugee of the Soviet-Afghan War who arrived in New Zealand decades ago. Survivors told Omar Nabi that his father had leaped on top of another worshipper as a human shield when the attack unfolded at Al Noor Mosque. Nabi had come to, "I need to sit there and watch what's going on," Nabi said. One part of me, Yamin Nabi, narrowly escaped danger after arriving late to Friday prayers. By the time as the overcast sky gave way to gently pattering rain, Rami, 28, stood outside Christchurch General Hospital and recalled his desperation on Friday as he spoke on the phone with his father, who was shot and bleeding inside the mosque. Police would not. Slideshow by Photo Service. It was a horrific incident and horrific to be on the phone to my dad, Rami said as he waited outside the hospital for his father to recover from nerve reconstruction surgery. He was shot in the thigh and the buttocks, it hit his hip, he said. He's in a lot of pain. Officials cancelled sporting events and religious gatherings scheduled to take place in Christchurch over the weekend, including a Saturday cricket test match between Bangladesh and New Zealand. Some members of the killings touched a nerve around the world. In Australia, authorities in Australia said Tarrant's relatives in the small city of Grafton had come forward to assist with their investigation into his past and path to radicalisation. In his manifesto, Tarrant titled his 16,000-word screed The Great Replacement, by a far-right French polemicist Renaud Camus. The phrase has also Hendricks reported from Washington. Rebecca McPhee.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.